Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of the greatest individuals in the Marvel Universe. She's a founding member of the illustrious superhero quartet. If you don't know who I'm talking about Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman. Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman, also known as, it's racist, it's sexist in nature, the Invisible Girl. She was a grown woman for decades. For 30, 40 years, they still call her the Invisible Girl. But luckily, ladies and gentlemen, I have the book when she made that historic name change. But anyway, my topic for the day is to talk about how powerful is the Invisible Woman. What made her one of the so-called most powerful members of the illustrious quartet, the Fantastic Four? Why do people rank her number one? Why is she considered more powerful than Mr. Fantastic, whose powers seem silly, but realistically, they are incredible powers to be elastic like that, to make your body malleable. His powers are incredible. The thing, or should I say the tragic thing, I don't like how Marvel Universe treat him. In other alternate universes, he can switch back to Ben Grimm. No, in Universe 616, they keep him stuck at the Thing. I think it would add more charisma to him if they can let him change back after so many decades. But anyway, he's powerful. He's strong. He can go toe-to-toe with the Hulk and Thor for at least a good 30 or 15 minutes before they overcome him with their power and his fatigue toxins kick in. Next, last but not least, Johnny Storm, Susan Storm's brother, the illustrious Human Torch, whose power at full blast rivals the power of a star. So, what makes her the most powerful member of the team according to such powerful villains as Dr. Victor Von Doom? And if Dr. Victor Von Doom saying you powerful, knowing how arrogant he is, you know he's arrogant. He would never admit somebody is greater than him. He, in his own words and in my comic book collections, which I've been doing for many decades, has admitted that Sue Storm is the most powerful member of the group. So let's begin. Number one, no member of the Fantastic Four can do this. I have issues when the Baxter building blew up in outer space. Outer space. I can't even give a calculation to a building weigh multiple hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of tons. That building weighed that. She protected them from the explosion of the building, and she was able to make a shield to make them survive in space for at least several hours. And then I think, not only did they survive space, I think in the book, she survived re-entry into the Earth atmosphere with her shield, and they got back onto the ground safely. They didn't get crushed or smashed. She has such control over her field. She controlled the re-entry of the other three members into the Earth atmosphere, and she protected the whole team for the deadly radiation, deadly temperatures, lack of oxygen, lack of everything is in outer space. She protected the whole quartet for hours in that field. And to survive re-entry, that must mean she has such control over that field. But I know what happened. When they came back to Earth, the Human Torch, he was the one who was absorbing that heat from re-entry. So her shield did not protect the people from the heat. Johnny Storm absorbed the heat of re-entry, and she took it from there. But she still saved them from outer space. No other member of the team, the Thing with her strength, maybe Reed Richards, but remember, he still got to breathe. Reed Richards can encapsulate everybody, but his own body will probably suffer from space from the rigid cold and lack of oxygen. So he would die too, unless some way he don't need oxygen anymore. But at that time, when I read the book, he needed oxygen. He needed to survive in the Earth atmosphere. So that's my first one. Number 2, her fields are so endurable for a good stretch of time. She can take hits from heavy hitters such as the Hawk, Thor, the Thing, Gladiator, the heavy hitters of the Marvel Universe. Now, she can't survive it endlessly, but she can survive for, let's say, about a good 10 minutes of a fully enraged Hawk banging on that field. She can survive for several minutes. Thor's enchanted hammer, Mergier, I know I pronounced it wrong. I know his hammer. She can survive hits from that hammer for a good several minutes. So, number 1. I'm sorry, that was number 2. Number 3, she can turn anything invisible. Anything. She can turn you invisible, me invisible. She's turned buildings invisible. And when she turned the buildings invisible, the contents inside, they was invisible also. So that's massive. She got heavy-duty cloaking skills. Now, the only way she can be detected if there's something in the building that can detect her heat signature or her breathing. If you're just a run-of-the-mill person, a run-of-the-mill supervillain, and she turns invisible, you don't know where she is. Now, somebody like Wolverine or Daredevil, they can still detect her because they got enchanted senses. But Thor, he can't detect her without his hammer. He can't. He don't have no enchanted senses. The Hawk, he cannot detect her. He don't have no enchanted senses or no enchanted sense of smell. So she can evade the Hawk and Thor and even the Thing, because they just got brute, raw power, strength. Next thing that ties in to the one I listed earlier. Not only can she turn invisible, but when she turns invisible, she can still generate those shields. So when she turns invisible, she can still protect herself or you or the building from physical damage. And I've seen that in a comic before. She was trying to hide from a Doombot. The Doombot shot a blast at her, and she had a shield around her to protect her from that Doombot. Now, I think the Doombot still got her. He used some other little tactics to get her. But she survived that initial blast. And remember, my good friends, other than her force field, she's just a typical common woman. She don't have no, from what I know, super fighting skills where she can fight against Daredevil, Spider-Man. She don't have nothing like that. She don't have no superhuman strength. She just got the normal strength level of a woman of her size and build who probably engage in moderate exercise. Moving on. She can simulate flight. The first instance I gave you, when she protected the teammates from re-entry, I said, when they hit the ground, I don't know if the Human Torch was doing it or not, but they did not get squashed from that acceleration of falling back into the atmosphere. They landed on the ground nice and neat and comfortable. I've seen many times before. She created platforms that was taking her all around, New York City. It was like invisible platforms. Now she wasn't laying horizontal, but she could if she wanted to. She was just standing erect and had an invisible platform underneath her, and it was taking her all around. Now, I don't think she's going to be flying. I don't think she can fly real fast. She probably only can be on that platform traveling about like 30, 40, maybe 50 miles an hour. I don't think that platform can generate, I don't think she can generate something that can go 700 miles an hour, Mach 1, 2, or 3. But still, whether you're traveling 50 miles an hour or 70 miles an hour, that platform that she created for herself still was able to simulate flight. Continuing on, her shields are so sturdy that it has protected her from the elements. Not just from a hurricane, not just from lightning, not just from a tornado. It even protected from things such as lava. And I don't think the heat bothered her inside the field because she make the field so large that the heat don't approach her. She probably had that shield 3 meters, 2 meters away from her body so she don't feel the heat. You got me? It protected her from lava and other harmful things like floods. She's been fully immersed underwater. All she got to do, create a field large enough for her to contain a sufficient amount of oxygen, and she'd be okay. And then when she made the shield, she had such control of the shield that it didn't make her bubble up to the top. Because remember, she got oxygen in the shield. She still was able to maneuver underwater. Still. So she's able to maneuver that shield with great water pressure on her. She was able to still descend into ocean depths. The last one she has, which is the most deadly, as you all know, she can put a shield inside of an animal or of any individual to definitely incapacitate them. So realistically, Sue Storm can beat Thor. She put a shield inside of him. I don't care how much he can lift. He still got the normal blood vessels. He still got a heart. He still got lungs. And that's what the Hawk too. They still got a heart. They still got lungs. They still got a respiratory system. She put a shield inside of them. And that's expanding a little bit to put them in excruciating pain. Now for the Hawk, since they got the healing factor, it may keep him going on a little bit longer until he overcome her. Because remember, like I said, she's still less than a normal woman. And she got to concentrate on those shields. Before I go now, I gave you all of her strengths. I'm going to give you some of the weaknesses to take out the Invisible Woman. And I've seen this in comics before. A psychic, such as Professor Xavier, Franklin Richards, Jean Grey, Emma Frost. If she do not attack them first, if she does not attack them first and they overcome her, they can get into her mind and make her deactivate any shields that she had. So, psychics can disrupt her ability to use her powers. Flares. Like a flare. You throw a flare in her face. Like someone like the Dazzler can disorient her senses by making a big, bright light flare to throw her off. And I think those flares are so powerful. A flare is so powerful, even if you got your eyelids closed. The light from them is so intense, it still will affect you. Because if you know, if the light source is intense, even if you close your eyes, you still see that light. So, a flare can get her. Sonics can get her. Disrupt her hearing. She cannot concentrate because to use her powers, Sue Storm, she does have to concentrate. It's not a natural power that kicks in automatically. I don't think her power does automatically kick in. She must concentrate and focus to use her powers. So Sonics can take her out. And last but not least, I never saw her be able to block radiation. For her to have an invisible shield, light has to get through the shield. Because if light couldn't get through the shield would be black. You get me? So you bombard her with radiation, such as light, gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, they may be able to take her out. But I don't know over the years, can she deflect radiation that much? I don't know, but it don't seem like she can do that. So those are some of the things that she is vulnerable to. She has great powers, but like any regular mortal, because remember, without her power, she's just a regular mortal. She's vulnerable to certain things. So that's my little list of her strengths and her weaknesses. If y'all enjoy this, please give me a thumbs up. If you got a comment to talk about some of her most incredible feats that I may have not specified, please do that. Also, if you really enjoyed it, please share my little remarks on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, G+, or any other social media platform or video competitor to YouTube that you find delightful for you. Thank you all for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. Keep reading comic books if you do.